Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. Derek, let's talk about these week 9 matchups. And we're gonna select some of these games that we're gonna be able to give more attention to, that have lower spread numbers and are just, bigger matchups of top 25 level. So we're gonna start off with Boise State at UNLV. Boise State is a -3 favorite. And of course, they've got Genty as their running back, the Heisman favorite. So, is he still the Heisman favorite? Do you know?
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
He's
he is.
uh he's
Man, he's
definitely
he's awesome, dude. And the guy's humble too. The guy's a beast. So,
and he's going to Cowboys, by the way.
yeah, we'll see about that.
For all
Uh,
those NFL fans, yeah, Inty's going to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm letting y'all know that.
we'll see. Um, let's see here. What do you think, Derek?
I want Boise State to win that game. I want that G5 controversy going.
I do too.
I want to hear, yeah, we need a 16-team playoff. If we can get Navy and Boise State win out, that would be great.
Yeah.
Because
It
yeah,
really would. Yeah, no, that would be awesome. We need a 16 team playoff. 12 is going to be awesome, but 16 would be, woo, that'd be fun, man. I'm going to take Boise too. I like what they're doing there. They competed very well against Oregon. Um, they shot themselves in the foot multiple times in that game. So Boise, they can compete. And if they just keep feeding Genty the rock, they're going to be just fine. And like Derek was saying, he wants that controversy. We have a theory that if Boise finishes out the season with just one loss, that the committee will be biased towards putting them in because of Genty and having a Heisman favorite on the team. So that's really cool for Boise that they may get the nod in the playoff selection because of this.
yeah, the reason why that because of Navy or Army, if they go undefeated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and man, it would be so messed up if they left out an undefeated Navy or Army. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's another situation that could go south for them. Is for Navy or Army is Navy loses to Notre Dame and then beats Army, so they could both cancel
Mhm.
each other out by that happening. But just sticking to Boise real quick, we both got Boise. We're excited to see what they do by
Mhm.
the end of the year. And let's talk a little bit about Washington and Indiana. Um, Washington, they've beaten Michigan. They are going on the road to um, Indiana. Indiana is undefeated. As anybody in the Big Ten already knows, Indiana has not really played anybody yet to confirm how good they are. I've said this before, just because you haven't played anybody doesn't mean that you're not good, but it's hard to label somebody as being good until you play somebody. And Indiana won't really do that until they play Michigan and Ohio State. At Michigan State might be a challenge as well. But this weekend, they have Washington, and this is kind of where the challenges starts. It starts here with Washington and goes through Ohio State. So, Derek, who wins this game? Does Indiana keep that ranking, keep that streak going? Or is this where they run into danger?
Well, okay, let me get this straight. Was Indiana's quarterback the one transfer from Michigan, or no? Was that some other team? First, that's my first thing because I know
Um,
there was a.
I don't
I
know.
know there was. Okay, besides
I
that
haven't
fact,
watched a whole lot of
uh,
their games.
besides that fact, 91.8. You know what that is? The quarterback's QBR rating, 15. That's his touchdowns.
Yeah.
3, that's how many interceptions he's thrown. 1,941 yards is how many yards he's passed. I say, hey, yeah, I think Indiana will beat Washington
Yeah.
because they are that good. I think India is that good enough to beat a 4-3
Yeah,
Washington.
no, they are. Yeah, they definitely are good enough. It's just will they continue that streak, you know?
Will they continue this streak? It depends. It
Yeah.
really
And
does.
they looked solid
Uh,
last
um,
week. I know Nebraska, it's not saying a whole lot, but they looked solid, they looked consistent, and they did what they needed to do against that type of an opponent.
yeah, I think they will beat Washington. They're going to beat Michigan State.
Yeah.
They're going to beat Michigan. Those are the games they're winning, but they still have to play Ohio State.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Indiana's defense is good enough to play against a whole Ohio State team.
Yeah.
You know, now here's something you want to learn. And it might be good enough, but it all depends who they play. We got FIU,
Yeah.
West Illinois, 7 points, 3 points. Those are low scoring, but it's not a team good. UCLA, 13 points. Charlotte, 14. Maryland had 28. See, now we're getting a little bit tougher competition. Now people are scoring 28. Northwestern scoring 24. The Nebraska team, they only scored 7. That was a what do you call it? Outlier. I
Mhm.
was surprised at that. Maybe they found something. Let's see if that continues. That trend continues to a Washington, to a Michigan State, to Michigan, keep to a one-score game.
Yeah.
If they could prove to pull that off and go against Ohio State
That'll
based
be
on their points
interesting.
again, based on their defensive points, they're ranked 7th in the country.
Mhm.
All right, they're
Yeah.
ranked 2 in the country in offense points. Okay, number 2 in the country. So I think about it. I think Ohio State will have a hard time against Indiana. I
Yeah.
think Ohio State will win it, but yeah, in this case, yeah, Indiana can keep it going.
All right. Well, we'll have to keep an eye on those Hoosiers. So, Notre Dame at Navy.
Hmm.
Ooh.
You know what I think?
Navy is getting disrespected in this game. So Derek, let's keep this brief because we did do a video that we dived a little bit more deep into this game and this matchup and the potential for both teams after the outcome of this game and what that could mean for being a playoff contender. But Derek, who are you picking in this one and why?
Okay, all right. Well, I have Navy, and I think Navy's going to win it. But here's the thing: even if Navy doesn't win this game, you know what happens to those players on Navy's team? Unlike Notre Dame's team, Notre Dame can transfer. They can go to the draft. But
Yeah.
unless you are a freshman in a military school, you can't leave because you signed a contract. That is the military duty. Now, I'm pretty sure there's ways out of it, but it ain't good. Okay. I'm not sure what those things are, but it's not as easy as leaving Notre Dame.
Mhm.
Okay. I could talk about a person I played football who went there and left after his freshman year because I know there's a deal where if you leave before, you're okay, but once you get past that one, there's a thing they have to go through at the end of their freshman year, and they have to hit a certain time that they need to hit so they can continue on. Once you get past there, you are locked. You're now figuring out where you're going, where you're going to start. serve where you're going to. I think, yeah, you figure out your freshman year, you're going to go Navy or Marines.
Mm,
You figure out all that. So they're keeping their guys. I'm not sure what class that Navy quarterback is. I know he's still young.
mm-hmm,
He is one of the big reasons why they're really good is that quarterback. And he's also mentioned in some of the Heisman talks right now.
mm,
Not up there high,
right.
but
He's in the
he's in there.
conversation. Yeah.
And let me hold on. I gotta find out. I am kind of curious if he's a sophomore. You know, so he's in the American Navy. So we're gonna look at this. Let's see what he is. Quarterback Blake Harvath. Horvath is his name. Yeah, actually he's a junior. I thought he was a senior. So yeah, no. He's a junior. This is his first year playing, so he'll be a senior. He's not leaving because he can't. He has to complete his commit. So they're gonna
Yeah.
be good next year. So yeah, but either way, I think Navy's gonna win because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
You stop that quarterback, you're gonna win. But I think Navy will win because they're disciplined. Everything is about discipline,
Mm-hmm.
and that will win this game.
All right. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. Um, I'd love to see Navy win and create some chaos in the college football playoff picture. So we'll see what happens. Let's move on. You know what? And I'll agree with you here, Derek. I'm gonna take Navy too. I'm gonna take Navy. I think it'll be really cool, and I think that they have a good opportunity to win this game, and nobody's giving them a shot. So just like nobody gave Georgia a shot. Oh,
Mm-mm. No one
see
gave
what I did
Texas a
there?
shot. What are you talking about?
See what I did there? No, I'm just joking. Um, we do need to kind of close this fairly quick because we are running out of time here. But Illinois at Oregon, what do you think?
Oh, Oregon's gonna win. I really want Illinois to win,
I
but that's
know.
not gonna happen. Oregon's gonna win, but please, Illinois, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I want to be proven wrong,
Well, a close
once in a
game.
while.
A close game would be cool too, and just kind of seeing what both teams have, what they're made of.
Mhm. I agree.
But we always kind of root for the upset. So
Mhm.
BYU at UCF. This is really interesting. Um, UCF is favored by 1.5, and BYU is undefeated and it has a top 16 win against Kansas State. This game is at UCF. I'm pretty sure that they made a change at quarterback. I don't know if this was this week or last week. Um, Let me see. Yeah, they did. It was
Yep.
last week. So that makes this game a lot more interesting. I'm still going to take BYU. Um, I think it's cool seeing BYU winning some games. And I think that they have proved themselves to be a legit team by beating legit opponents. Not a lot of them, but they have beaten some good teams and they've beaten them soundly. So I'm going to
Mhm.
take BYU in this one.
All right. So here you go, Colorado fans. You're gonna love me today because I'm taking UCF. Because guess
Oh.
what? UCF has been doing bad. Guess what? They made a game against Iowa State, and with
Mm-hmm.
that QB change, I think BYU loses because you know why? BYU is overrated. I don't care who they beat, how bad they won. They are overrated. This is your game of hope. You still got a little bit of work to do, but of hope of getting to the Big 12 championship. So yes, BYU will lose to UCF. That is my take.
Hmm. Did you really just call a team that's undefeated and has a top 16 win overrated when the team that you root for is number 5 in the nation and doesn't has a loss already and has not beaten a team that is currently ranked in the top 25.
There's a difference between a team that doesn't have five-star recruits and a team that does.
Oh, you're stuck in the stars, Derek. Stuck looking at the stars. All right. Well, with that, we're going to look at Missouri at Alabama, and we're going to finish this thing off with Texas at Vanderbilt. Oh, man, there's also LSU at A&M. Let's just make these really quickly because we do, or make these predictions quick because we do have a time crunch here. I think Alabama beats Missouri. They're here at home. They I don't think they beat the spread of 13.5. I think that they're just going to win an ugly one like they've been doing. I don't think Alabama's going to blow out teams, and I'm just going to stick with that until I see it. Um, I'm going to go to the next two and give my predictions real quick as well. Vanderbilt at Texas, or sorry, Texas at Vanderbilt. The line is 18.5. I think there's a decent possibility that Vanderbilt beats the spread of 18.5. And there's a very, very small window of hope for an upset for Vanderbilt here. I don't think it happens. And I think that, yeah, I don't know. The spread is tough. This one's just a really hard one to predict because Vanderbilt is not one that you can sleep on. And Texas is either going to be angry, focused, and ready to go, or they're going to be angry and in chaos. And if they're angry and in chaos, Vanderbilt can beat them. And that's what makes this interesting to see what version of Texas we see. And then for the LSU at Texas A&M, I'm going to take A&M. Kyle Field's going to be rocking. I think LSU is a quality opponent, but they've had a tough stretch, and it doesn't end here. They have to play Alabama after this. It's just, I think it's going to be just too much for LSU to handle all these big games in a row. They have a tough schedule, and this has been a tough stretch. I think they've done a great job so far, but I think they drop it to the Aggies this weekend. So, Derek, start out with the Missouri-Alabama game. Who are you taking?
Yeah. You know you want me to say Alabama, but no. Let's go Tigers. Y'all gonna win. You're gonna beat them because Alabama ain't gonna be ready. It's another Vanderbilt upset. Now for Texas Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt is not going to get as lucky as they did against Alabama because you know why? The Beast is coming and they are pissed and they're going to roll over you. They're going to beat you by 25 points or more. That's my take on that. And lastly, LSU and Texas A&M. Well, we heard this one earlier. Aggies. I ain't going to tell you any more of that. Aggies all the way.
All right, guys, we've got to get out of here. We're on a bit of a time crunch for these predictions. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked our picks, comment down below. If you didn't like our picks, comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on some of these games, what you think we may have gotten right, what you think we got way wrong. And hit the subscribe button. Again, like that video, share the content. Derek and I love college football, as we know you guys do too. We love talking college football, as we probably assume you guys do too. So please come through, come hear more, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.